So
being
close.
an MMO.
I was playing Restaurant the other day, too.
Restaurant City, yeah.
Yeah.
So you add those up and you realize that as big as WoW is, it's just the biggest player in what has become a small pond because the market grew by 10x while we weren't looking.
Right.
And I think it doesn't mean that the AAAs will go away, but we have to look at it as there's a huge shift going on. 10 years from now, you're asking what's the next shift?
Right.
I don't think anybody can answer that. Right? It will be something that kills all of the awesome new companies that everybody's going, check out the new stuff now.
And they're all going to fold because they're not going to follow the times and figure out they're going to be behind the curve of the new models and everything.
Some people do make the jump. I mean, we've seen people make the jump. Simultronics, Mythic made the jump. Mythic used to be an online services company.
Oh, really?
They come from that prior generation.
Huh, I didn't know that.
So they made the jump.
Cool. So then, what do you think is a better number, 5 years?
You know, the cycle to me looks like it's 7 to 10 years. I
7
think
to
in
10.
5 years what we'll see is totally mainstream social MMOs. I think social games and MMOs are going to be the same thing. And I think that social media, what the Web 2.0 trends, frankly, are just stealing the MMO playbook. That's what it is. Twitter is guild chat for the internet, and you're slaying bookmarks instead of dragons, okay? That's what it is. It's guild chat. It's guild chat in your frame, and it's now part of your HUD on your browser. Friends lists. Come on, when you go
it's
to
our
Facebook,
guild roster.
When I go to Facebook, what I see is a whole bunch of MUD features from text MUDs that have been stolen, right? Because leveling, reputation,
That's
little
funny.
rating systems, the 5 stars on an eBay reputation, that shit came from MUDs. So
it's
a
like
lot
1977,
of this stuff,
78 stuff. They're just rehashing, making it new again.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of this stuff was social, right?
Right.
And it's like, we went through this long period of single-player gaming, right? And I got in real trouble for saying it was a historical aberration. All the gamers got really pissed at me. But, I mean, multiplayer is core to games. Multiplayer, until Atari, multiplayer was it, right? And then we got this single-player wave because computers were in the mix. But as soon as we could put multiplayer back into the consoles and into the PC games, we did.
As soon as you could.
As soon as we could. And today, everything's multiplayer. 5 years, everything.
Everything will be multiplayer.
Everything. Your whole life will be multiplayer. Put that in quotes.
And constantly just carrying it with you 24/7.
That's right.
Yeah.
It'll be incredibly distracting. We're screwed.
I know. I was saying it before. It's like, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing because kids are going to be like in between classes, like connected and
zoned out.
And especially like, in the hobbyist mentality of MMOs, I keep bringing that term up, but it's like, that's the thing is that when people get into these worlds, they get into these worlds and you want to consume everything you can about them.
Yeah. If any of your listeners are science fiction fans, there's 2 books out there that, to my mind, really describe what I think it's going to feel like. Because I think the whole augmented reality thing is coming fast. It's not going to be like goggles, right?
Right.
It's going to be more like iPhone and camera.
Right. Like all the augmented reality iPhone apps and the Android apps and things like
now,
that.
Right. Werner Vinge, Rainbow's End, and both these are out in paperback. That one's all about playing augmented reality games as part of your schoolwork. Okay. And it's awesome. And Halting State by Charles Stross.
Okay.
And that one's about a bank heist in an MMO, right? Where people from a different MMO manage to break in and steal all of the currency that is actually the gold standard backing for the virtual currency of this MMO. And what that means is that the toughest crypto protocols on the internet have been broken because that's where all the real money is.
Wow.
Right? And so this bank heist completely undermines the entire internet. Really good books for getting a picture of where this stuff is going. There was one of the things in Strauss's book is cop space. What happens when cops are using an MMO as the interface for their job, right? So as they walk around, they look at somebody and up pops their entire record next to them.
Everything just comes up next to you.
Just like your name tag, right? And as they look down at houses, they can see what past criminal spawns.
And we're seeing that stuff happening. I know. I forget. Is there somebody from MIT? They created that device that you can kind of wear on your around your neck, and they anticipate seeing that you're just going to wear this thing and like walk into a store and just like it's going to see this iPod, and then all the information for the iPod will pop up, and you'll just sort of and anything we've learned from science fiction writers is they actually do predict the future.
Sure. Yeah, it's all coming faster than people know. I think I've gotten to go to a lot of things like visit MIT labs and visit Georgia Tech and things, and the stuff they have in the lab is really kind of amazing. I've walked over pits that I was terrified I was going to fall in and die, and it was a plank on a blue screen, and I was just wearing the goggles.
Oh, right.
And I mean, there's people walking around with wearable computers and a Borg kind of thing over their eye, and they do it every day, and they've been doing it for like 4 or 5 years, recording everything that they have ever seen.
Wow.
Right. They can't
Jack
search
me
it
in.
yet. Yeah, exactly. So this stuff it's coming, and it's all a matter of they just have to find a way to monetize it the way that they did
Isn't that with everything?
the iPhone, right? As
That's
soon
with
as they do
everything.
that, everybody will.
It's all about money. We got to monetize it, and then it'll come out. Well, Raph, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
That's an awesome interview.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. I'm finally glad to meet you. MetaPlace, check it out. MetaPlace.com. It's really like nothing you've ever seen. It's really such a cool little thing. Awesome.
Thanks.